I have an April update for you, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lydia. If you're new here, you are watching Ketosis Focus, where I journal and chronicle my journey to a healthier me. I started off this journey at my highest ever recorded weight of 265 pounds. And while adopting a keto lifestyle over the course of almost 3 years, I have managed to lose almost 100 pounds, and I have been struggling these past few months, so we are going to talk about it. If you remember any of my recently posted videos, I talked about spring break and the cruise that I went on and how I allowed myself to kind of go off and live my best non-keto life the entire time on the cruise, and what it was like trying to get back on, which has been a little bit of a struggle, struggling with diet mentality, struggling with feeling restricted, and all of those things. Well, let me tell you what it's been like recently. So my lowest ever recorded weight was recorded in November, right before Thanksgiving, November 19th. I weighed in at my lowest ever of 168.8. I was 3 pounds away from hitting that 100-pound mark on this weight loss journey that I have been pursuing over the time. The holidays came and went. I wavered during the holidays, struggled, gained a little bit of weight back, and then tried to lose it in January. I didn't do too bad in January. I lost 5.2 pounds, but of course, it was whatever I had gained over the holiday break. I buckled down and tried to get back on track in January, and then found myself losing 5.2 pounds in January. February came and went. It was a little bit more of a struggle. I was gearing up mentally for this cruise, and I just wasn't. I think I was trying to incorporate some more off keto days, and for February, it was more of a gain. I gained 2.8 pounds in February and did not lose the way I was hoping to lose in February. Then March came. March came, we went on the cruise, like I said, and lived the entire week on that cruise off of keto. And I ended up, from beginning of March to the end of March, gaining 7.2 pounds. And then the tailspin was starting to happen where I was feeling emotionally stressed out about this whole journey and how I was going to proceed forward, and the restriction and the counting and the weighing and the measuring and the weighing myself and my food and all of that. I just wanted it to all stop. So my plan for April was to not weigh myself. I still wasn't tracking and weighing and measuring. I don't think I've tracked my food since my procedure back in October. Maybe I did in November, I'm not sure, but I definitely have not been tracking my food the entire year so far. So I wasn't going to track, I wasn't going to weigh, wasn't going to measure. I was just going to eat keto foods all of April. And then I was going to only weigh myself in the beginning of April and the end of April, so I can see how eating intuitively was going to work for me. Well, needless to say, that didn't work out too well. So let me tell you about the numbers. So like I said, in March, I gained 7.2 pounds. So I'm already going into April higher than I had wanted to. I was at that 168 and it just keeps creeping up, creeping up, creeping up. So April, I started off the month at 181.6. I wasn't going to weigh myself until the last day of April. And then about halfway point, I got a little curious on April 15th, literally 2 weeks after I weighed in the first time. And I weighed myself just to kind of see where I was at, to kind of gauge, because I'd been doing carnivore this month and doing keto and just trying to find my groove, feeling good. And then I weighed in and it was 183.8. And I tried not to let that do a number on me. I ended up doing carnivore that following week, trying to really tighten up my belt, so to speak, and get myself to where I needed to go or where I wanted to go by the end of April. And needless to say, I kind of crashed and burned. So somewhere last week, I don't know, I just started giving myself reasons to be off. Like the kids wanted ice cream one day, and normally I go to an ice cream place and I'm like, I can't have that, you guys have it, and I sit there and watch them. And this time I was like, you know what, I'll just get frozen yogurt. I don't have to get ice cream and all the toppings, I'll get frozen yogurt. So I was allowing myself things like that. We were going to go have lunch at this place that had been around in business for many years in our city and is finally closing. And they are known for like burgers and fries and shakes. And so the plan was to go check it out before they closed. Well, the line was too long. And I was already allowing myself, okay, well, since this is a special occasion, you're going to allow yourself to get off for this one thing. Well, the line was too long. We didn't end up eating there. We ended up going somewhere else. And I still allowed myself to eat off of keto that day. Then I weighed myself, which is where the final weigh-in for April comes in. My final weigh-in happened on Friday the 29th before we headed out of town, and I weighed in at 188.2. So for the month of April, I gained 6.6 pounds. So when you add up January, February, March, and April, I am up 16.5 pounds. This is not working. Whatever it is that I'm trying to do, this health journey, this, try not to feel restricted, it's not working. It's not working. I am not on the journey to a healthier me. I am kind of allowing this tailspin to happen. So I need to stop it because I've already gained, I'm up 20 pounds from my lowest. I'm at 188.2 and my lowest was 168 back in November. So this is not good. I feel it. I feel it on my body. I feel it on my clothes. This is not a good position to be in. So starting May 1st, enough already. Like I'm tracking, I'm going to be paying close attention to what I'm eating because obviously I don't have a grip on this. Obviously I am not moving and grooving and, in my groove the way I used to be. So that is the plan come May, is I'm just going to track and measure and weigh everything. I have to weigh myself every week because obviously weighing myself only once or twice a month is not helping. I need to kind of see where I'm going and if I'm, not eating the right foods or I'm eating too much, like I need to gauge it every week. So it is what it is. I was trying to fight the whole diet thing and losing weight and that thinking of always having to be in this deficit and restriction, but obviously allowing myself or giving myself excuses and kind of feeling like, talking myself into reasons why I should come off of it for this reason or that reason, or hey, I'm going out of town. I'm going to start fresh on Monday. Let me just go off the rails for the next 2 days. And then, start again. I constantly do my Last Supper, right? And the consistency is what counts. So if I consistently get off and if I consistently do a Last Supper and if I consistently, I'm going to consistently gain. And that's what I've been doing consistently with my numbers of gaining. So it's time to just stop it and get my butt in gear, and enough is enough. I do want to talk about some non-scale victories, because every month we have pluses and minuses, I think. And for April, even though the past few months have been ridiculously horrible as far as my journey goes in a healthier me, there has been some wins. And one of the things that I started implementing the past couple of weeks is trying to start jogging again. I don't know if that's such a great idea at this weight, especially considering I have gained 20 pounds since my lowest, but I'm starting to feel a little bit of soreness in my knee. But what I'm doing is the program of Couch to 5K. Not that I'm planning on running a 5K, but I just want to be able to, if I wanted to do it. And it kind of was inspired because my kids ran their first 1K. And so we started training as a family and going for a little run and just kind of getting them, excited about about the concept and the idea. And so that's kind of how it all started. And then I was like, you know what? I need to just kind of do my own 1K training and get myself consistently in some kind of exercise or movement groove, regardless of how I'm eating, regardless of, the calories and all of that. Like, I still need to get my body moving. I do need to lift more weights. So right now I'm baby stepping in the fitness area to where, okay, I'm starting off with walking every other day, and every other day from that, doing my training for couch to 5K. So I'm doing something every day to just kind of keep my body moving. And then I'm doing my steps. So let me tell you about my steps, because that's another plus for April, if we're going to look on the bright side. So the first week, my steps average 6,291. Week 2, my steps average 6,786. Week 3, my steps averaged 6,479. But week 4, when I started implementing every other day, doing my runs and every day doing walks, I averaged 10,065 steps. So thankfully that last week in April kind of helped my average. So my average in April is 7,405 steps, which is a decrease from last month's average steps by about 19 steps. So, there's pluses. I did try, start this training for the 5K, and I did increase steps and push myself for steps. And I plan to continue to do that. So that's where we are. I'm just, I don't want to dwell too much on what went wrong. We all saw it. I don't need to dwell on that. What I can do is just kind of pull myself up from my bootstraps and just focus on moving forward and not putting too much pressure on myself on goal dates and goal weights or anything like that, and just work on getting healthier, eating better, tracking what I'm eating so I have a clue as to what's going into my body, because obviously I was not eating at maintenance. I was eating at an abundance. So regardless if it was keto or carnivore, I was eating at an abundance. So I just want to kind of pull the reins on that a bit, keep track so I can remember what it's like to eat, what's enough for me, and not just eat because I want to eat. And I do that a lot. That's something I'm probably going to struggle with my entire life. So it's something that I have to consciously watch, is just eating because I want to eat, eating because it's an opportunity, it's a celebration, it's a time, it's a vacation, it's whatever. And just, try and be better about that. That's where we are. That's where we are. Let me know how you guys are doing. Are you having it as rough as I am? What are you doing to deal with it? I'd like to hear about what new things you're starting. What were some of your pluses in April? Did you have wins? Maybe some non-scale victories? I'd love to hear about it. Post it in the comments below. I hope you guys are doing better than I am right now. And if you're not, it's okay. We can do this together. We'll just stop everything right now. Start May 1st, and let's just move forward in a positive way. So if you have not subscribed already, make sure to do that now. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you find out when all the videos are getting posted. Leave me a comment. I love hearing from you. Let me know what's been working for you, what's not been working for you. I could use all of your tips and advice and stories that you'd love to share. So post it in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.